Self-discovery. What does it mean? Who are you really is what it comes down to is what's important to you? What really makes you happy? Let's talk about a couple of those things today. So let's talk about self-reflection. Talk about talk really about what's good about yourself. Start thinking about what's really good about yourself. To do that, you also have to think about your past. How do you react to different situations? What's it that makes you happy versus what makes you uncomfortable? For me, to kind of put all that together, I write in my journal. There's a lot of different ways that you can do that, but journaling, if you haven't really looked at journaling yet, you may want to consider journaling and how important it really can be for you to process your thoughts. Another way to do it, and I've been doing this over the years, is exploring interests. Like, what makes you happy? What do you want to try? Could be a hobby, could be an activity. It literally could be even changing jobs to give you that peace that you're really looking for. It all comes down to finding out what you like and what you don't. And it could be subtle changes. It could be things that you can happen to stumble upon, like what I'm doing today, completely kind of a random thing that I stumbled on that I love doing. So go out there and explore your interests and then really understand your values. Like what really, really matters most to you? Is it family? Is it being creative? Is it being, independent? Getting to know your life choices and what really makes you happy is really a key part of understanding your values. Here's a very, very important one for everyone. And that's really knowing your strengths and weaknesses. Be honest with yourself. And this is like a self reflective thing for me is what am I really good at and what aren't I good at? And it doesn't mean when you have a strength that you don't continue to grow it and make it better. But what it's really about is focusing on your weaknesses. What is it that you don't enjoy doing that you really need to do? And for some people, it's managing their finances. For some people, it's relationships. It could be whatever it is that happens to be a weakness for you. That's really where you need to put your time and your energy. Doesn't mean you don't focus on your strengths. It is important to get there, but you really need to understand where you are struggling, and that's where you really want to put your efforts. Mindfulness. I can't, we talk about it. I talk about it all the time, right? But it's so important. And how do you get into your thoughts? Like what is it that you do from a mindfulness perspective to really connect with yourself? A lot of people do meditation, people do yoga, people run. There's a plethora of ways that you can, really get into your mindfulness and get really in touch with yourself. But you need that space. You need that personal space to figure out what you really want. As you're doing that, as you're focusing on your strengths, you're focusing on your weaknesses, you're getting your mind in the right place. Now's the time to set goals. And I've said it before, this is really a perfect time to set up your goals as we're going into the new year. What is it that you want to accomplish in 2024? What are the goals? Personal, professional, relationship wise, money wise? What is it that you want to do? Get that on paper, come up with a plan. If you don't know how to get there, engage people who can. There are coaches, there are all kinds of people that can help you get to where you want to be. Online, there's just an endless resource of opportunities to do that. Make sure you're focusing on that and make sure in all of this, whatever you're doing, make sure that you're being true to yourself because there's nothing more important than being true to you. People may have expectations of what they want you to be, but you have to be true to you. And people will either come to you or they'll go away from you depending on how they perceive that. But that's okay. The people that need to be in your life will embrace that change. They'll embrace who you are and they'll gravitate to you. The people that don't want to be there aren't going to be there. It doesn't matter. Let them go. Focus on the people that really, really impact your life and appreciate you for being true to yourself. Life is a constant change. Everything is changing every day. Something is different. But you really need to have that plan. You need to have that structure of self discovery of who you are, who you want to be, where you're going. It's so important. Tomorrow, we're going to kind of expand on this conversation, but I wanted to hit a couple of key points today. The guy that I'm kind of talking about and I've been referencing throughout these videos is on the website. Go to the website, unlocktheday.com, download your copy, and let's continue the conversation. Thanks.